All right, today we're going to talk about the top 5 things to do and not to do when buying a home. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you an insider tip on when the best time to buy a home is as well. All right, now let's kick it off with the top 5 things that you should do. Number 1, first and foremost, get pre-approved. I know it seems obvious, but a lot of people start shopping and they haven't been pre-approved yet. They don't even know what they can buy, how much they can buy. The pre-approval is your golden ticket so that when you find the house that you really want, you can drop the offer right away and know for sure that you're actually going to be able to close on that house. So don't make the mistake of going out there shopping without a pre-approval. Number 2 is come up with a list of non-negotiables. I need 3 bedrooms, not 2, right? If you have 2 kids and you are living in a 1 bedroom right now or a 2 bedroom, and you need more room, don't negotiate on the amount of rooms that the house has, because at the end of the day, this is what you wanted. Buy the house that you want. Number 3 is to research the neighborhood. Go there at night, look around, talk to neighbors if at all possible. Go at different times of the day. Stand outside and listen. Is it loud? Are you near a freeway? Just make sure you know before you move in what you're moving into. Number 4 is to be flexible on the home. So I'll give you an example. If you find a home that maybe is not 100% perfect in good shape, that doesn't mean that you have to negotiate on your non-negotiables, but let's say the paint is a color that you really don't like. It's something that you can fix. If the carpet's bad, it's something that you can fix, and it's going to drive a lot of people away, but you have to sometimes look beyond these things in order to get the house that you want, like everything that you're looking for, but maybe you're going to have to add, a little bit of money for the carpet or whatever. That's just how it goes. If you're out looking for the perfect house, and I've had people do this a lot of times, and they want the perfect house, guess what? Everybody else wants a perfect house too, and you're going to pay for it. If the house is in tip-top condition, it's the nicest house, in the neighborhood at that price range, guarantee you're going to have people overbidding on the house, and at the end of the day, you're going to wind up having to come out of pocket the same amount of money or more that you would if you would have just went ahead and did the carpet yourself. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at homes. Do number 5 is make sure you have a knowledgeable realtor. You want to make sure that that realtor is working for you, that they've been in the business for a while, that they've closed some deals, that they know the area, that they can, tell you the ins and outs of moving to certain places. Sometimes you might not want to move there. Maybe they're getting ready to start a new construction project in your backyard and you don't know it until the house closes. It could be a problem. So make sure that the realtor is experienced. Make sure that they answer their phone. I was just talking to a friend of mine who's a realtor, and she had a client that the realtor on the other side of the deal didn't answer her phone, like ever. Well, she answered her phone when she said, let's write a contract or let's go look at a house. But after that, when she wanted to negotiate for the home repairs, the realtor didn't answer the phone, and it causes a lot of problems. So make sure that your realtor is going to answer the phone or get back to you right away. Make sure that they know the area, and make sure that they're knowledgeable about the actual business of buying and selling real estate. Now let's navigate the minefield, the things that you want to avoid at all costs. Number 1, stay within your budget. If you're approved for $1 million, let's say, you don't want to start looking at $1.1 million homes. And you also want to leave room in your budget in case you have to negotiate. So let's say you're looking at, let's start at $900,000 homes. You still have $100,000 to negotiate if the house is worth it. So that's a whole nother discussion, but definitely stay within your budget when you're looking to buy a house. Number 2, and it's a biggie, do not skip the home inspection. Make sure that you have a good home inspector go in there, go through the house, pick it apart, let you know all the things that are wrong with it, and give you some kind of peace of mind, about the house, so that when you move in, this is what you're going to be looking forward to. Now, a lot of times during the home inspection, what they're going to do is they're going to come back and they're going to give you a list of things that are wrong with the house. A lot of those things are little small issues, like maybe a cracked plate on a wall outlet. You know, those plates are like $1, $2 at Home Depot. Small things. Don't nickel and dime the seller because, you know, they might say no. So just be prepared. So if it's anything health and safety related, like exposed wiring, or, you know, there's like asbestos in the attic or stuff like that, definitely have that taken care of. If it's something that looks like it's going to be a major repair, like the roof needs to be replaced, definitely have that taken care of. But one of the things you do not want to do is skip that home inspection ever. Just don't do it. Not a good idea. Number 3 is do not ignore the additional cost to buying a home. When you buy a house, you're going to have to take care of the lawn. You're going to have to take care of the pool if it has a pool. There are costs to all those things. Just make sure that, again, going back to your budget, if you max out to what you can pay, then a lot of those things are going to be hard to take care of if you can't afford it. So try to go in under budget if you can. You know, in certain markets, you can go under budget. Right now in Southern California, it's kind of hit or miss depending on the house. Again, if you're looking for a perfect house, you're going to go at price or over. So keep that in mind. But always make sure that you have the contingency plan in place, so if something does go wrong with the house, you can afford to fix it. Number 4, do not get emotionally attached to the house during escrow. A lot of things can happen. You want to try to keep a clear mind. If you start getting emotional about the house, like, oh, I can't wait to move in, you start seeing yourself there, it can mess you up during the process. And by this I mean, you know, overlooking things that need to be repaired, and then you move in and you find out, oh crap, this is going to cost me, you know, $10,000. I was going to say $5,000, but $10,000 to repair it, and now, you know, your experience of home ownership is diminished. So just make sure that you try to stay detached during the whole process, so that if the seller comes back and says, no, I'm not going to repair that, you know, $20,000 roof, you're not so invested that you can't think clearly and maybe find another house. And number 5 is do not rush the process. The home buying process could take anywhere between, depending on if you have cash, 10 days. You could do it quicker, but you know, most of the time the escrow companies want at least 10 days. 21 days is a good amount of time, but most escrows take 30 days. You don't want to go beyond 30 days or put an offer in beyond 30 days in most cases, because the seller is trying to sell the house. If you say, well, I want a 90-day escrow, that could reflect negatively on your offer and therefore cause the seller to take another offer for even less money, but they're going to close quicker. Okay, so keep that in mind. But one of the things you want to not do is you definitely don't want to rush the process, go through the process, and at the end of the process, move into your home. And now, like I was saying earlier in the video, the best time to buy a house is when you need to buy a house or when you're ready to buy a house. A lot of people would say it's during the winter months like November, December in Southern California, because the market slows way down. If you're in January or February, don't wait till November, because by the time you get to November, all those prices are going to have shot back up. But if you're if you're watching this video in October, wait till November, because the market slows down and people get a little desperate, and then you can come in and you can offer less for a house. But if you're watching it, again, if you're watching it in January, February, March, don't wait, because it could wind up costing you a lot of money. So if you guys need anything, reach out to me. All my contact information is in the description below, and make it a great day.